Okay, we should be live again for part 2 of tonight's streaming doubleheader tonight. We have a reduced Tuesday crowd and new face, Ginkgo. Why don't you introduce yourself, and if you got anything that you do out there in the internet land you want to plug, go ahead and give us a plug.
I don't know. I'm just Ginkgo. I play dice sometimes on Featherfall tabletop.
Okay. A worthy channel, a very worthy channel. Dion, who do you got? You don't know who you got tonight, but just say hello, Dion. Say hello.
Hello.
Oak.
Hey, this is Oak, and I don't know what I'm playing yet either because we're going to do mine live.
We're going to make Oak's character live. That's right. We're doing it live, damn it. We are doing another playtest of Bloody Appalachia. Successful Kickstarter was ran. This is by, it's Bloat Games, Eric Bloat, and crew. I'm doing editing and layout on this, and he's kindly permitted me to test things out in playtests online. We've got a regular Sunday group going through it. And this group is going to be a nice little vignette scene because they ran into some clues. My Sunday group ran into some clues of a group of ghost hunters were caught on film, and that's going to be you guys. So we will go through character generation, which is fairly quick in this. So Oak, do you have your macros turned on Roll20 first of all? The show macro.
Don't think so, because this is a fresh game.
Yeah, go ahead and turn that on. Make sure you also have background beeps turned off so we don't have the beeps going on.
Show macro bar showing, but there is nothing there what I need to show.
Oh, click on all the things there. Yes.
Okie doke.
Got it. All right.
And then what else do you want on sides are turned off?
If you have background beeps, which is under the chat, the text chat menu, just make sure background beeps are turned off. Because it's annoying.
Text and chat off. Enable chat avatars. Enable background chat sounds.
Yes. You want the enable background beeps and warnings and all that. Just make sure that's not checked.
I don't see beeps on. I just got chat sounds.
Yeah.
And timestamp.
Yep. Turn off the chat sounds.
Okay.
Kill it. All right. So to start off with, this is a very OSR-like game. If you've ever played a classic Dungeons and Dragons or even a modern Dungeons and Dragons, a lot of this will be familiar. We're going to start off with generating your stats. Oak, if you can push the stat generation button, that will give you 7 scores. On your character sheet, I didn't have time to create a proper character sheet, but if you will open up the character sheet you got there, you will notice under your attributes and abilities, you've got strength mod, dex mod, etc. So assign those scores wherever you would like between strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and survival.
And that goes on the actual stat, not the mod?
Correct. To get your mod.
I'm going to do this old school then, and we're going to go down the line.
Oh, you're going to go down the line. Okay.
We're OSR. We're going to do it right.
And under the handouts, the modification table is there, which I'll tell you what they are just to make this a little faster. What is your strength?
8.
8? Your mod is -1, so put a -1 under strength mod. What is your dexterity?
Dexterity is a 9.
Oh my. It is a 0. 0 on the mod.
0.
What is your constitution? 11. Okay. It's also 0. Not horrible.
Intelligence is 11.
Also a 0.
Next is wisdom. It's going to be a 12.
12, also a 0. Charisma?
Charisma 4.
Ooh, -2. You are not a charismatic fellow.
I'm going to be the face.
Yes.
and survival.
13.
Okay. Also a 0. Survival is
mod for that though.
Survival is not a rollable attribute. It's basically your reroll points. You spend them. They come back very slowly. You get 1 back at the end of every complete story. So, yeah. Spend them wisely
So,
in game.
all 13 of those trying to get somebody to do something for me politely.
Pretty much. Okay, next, hit the hit point button. Is 2d6, whatever the score is, plus your con modifier, or minus if you have a minus. That is the number of hit points you start with. And you can fill that in on the bio and information tab. Just hit edit and just fill in the field there for hit points. Good. You're muted. Oh, or at least I'm not hearing you.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I'd bumped my button. Yep, got that.
Okay, next, saving throw generation. Push that button once. Okay, you have 8 points to spread amongst your saving throws. Your saving throws are at the bottom of the attribute list. So it's courage, critical, death, magic, mental, and poison.
And where's that listed? Is that on the other?
It is on the attributes tab. It's at the bottom of the tab, or at the bottom of the list.
Death, magic, mental, and poison. And I've got 8.
Starts
total
with
points.
courage, critical, death, magic, mental, and poison, and you have 8 points to spread around. You should put down at least one.
Yeah, at least one. So there's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And let's since this is scary stuff, let's go with courage of 2 and mental of 2.
Good choices. Next, click the occupation table button. This is what you did before you choose your class. You are a novelist. You under the skills on the bio and information tab, give yourself a +2 to the knowledge general. This means you have a breadth of general knowledge. And then you've got 1 extra skill that you can buy, and it can be anything you want. You might want to save it until after you figure out what your class is. And you have $50 because, novelists make bank.
And that's under skills.
Yeah. You just type them in there as a note to yourself.
Extra skill. So but that's at no plus, correct?
To
the whatever it says 1 extra, but you say I can assign that as we play.
Yeah, well, after you figure out what your class is, because you might want to see what skills you get first before you pick an additional skill.
So
okay. So under the handouts, there are the class list. And you can just go through and pick one that you like, as long as your attributes qualify you. You can be a college student, an emergency medical technician, a filmmaker, the final girl, a folklorist, a G-man, a paranormal investigator, a police officer, a private investigator, a pusher, a song catcher. It's essentially your singers, and the weekend warrior, which I believe Dion is a weekend warrior, and I believe we've got a foreign exchange student that is the college student. Is that right, Ginkgo?
Well, I figure a novelist will fit in good with the trying to become a filmmaker.
Okay, filmmaker. So, as a filmmaker, there are no prerequisites, so you don't have to qualify for it. You get a +2 to your mental save, so put 2 more points into your mental save. And then the skills that you get, there is a list there. I'll just let you look at them. Art and music, computer skills, electronics, investigation, knowledge film, and another knowledge that you can just select what other specific knowledge you want, persuasion, and then another 3 skill points that are just open that you can choose what you want. And then there are a couple of abilities. You've got a good eye, so it helps you on spot checks. So get those down. Let me know after you have. Oh, there's also the skill list on the handout page too. So when you have those extra skill points, you can pick.
I can copy this when we're done. What else? What's the next part?
The next part, filmmakers get a one-time bonus, so you can add a +1 to your attribute of either intelligence or wisdom. So you can bump either one of those up by 1.
Does 13 give me any modifier?
13, I believe so. Let me get the mod list.
Because I've got an 11 and a 12, so whichever one will.
I think a 13.
Because 12, I've got 0.
Yeah, 13 is a +1.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do wisdom.
And then you get a few things and another $100.
Okay.
And that's basically your character.
I'll start
Okay.
talking.
So, are Ginkgo and Dion, you guys set? You got
Oh yeah, I
what
have
you
my
needed? Any
character all
questions?
fleshed out.
Okay.
I'm
Well, let's
ready.
give them names then. So, Ginkgo, what are you naming your character tonight?
My name Jim.
You're Jim. Okay. Tell us a little bit about Jim.
Jim's a foreign exchange student. He visit country, get degree from prestigious American university. He work at gas station, 18-hour day. Go to school, 5-hour day. Sleep 1.
The American Dream. Dion, who are you playing tonight?
I will be assuming the role of Coach Flossid. It's a hyphenated name. He
Spell
believes
that
in
for me.
equal power. FLAH hyphen SID. Both are capitalized. Again, hyphenated because he believes in equal power for women. He is a middle-aged father of 7 who, alongside his wife, run a viral paleo diet YouTube channel, but has recently also become involved with a budding ghost hunting YouTube channel, which is us.
Yes. Okay. Oak, do you have a name?
Brandon Jacobs.
Okay, the movie producer. So you probably have the gear. That's why they like you. All right, so you guys form the we'll call it an internet hit sensation of the Ghost Facers, where you go to supposedly haunted locales and debunk sometimes. Sometimes you just have some good old fun. What is your shtick? Is your channel comedic? Is it darkly serious? Somewhere in between. Are you guys full on skeptics?
Are we
do you
Ghost?
want
Are
to
we
believe?
Caps? Or are we BuzzFeed?
I want us to like think that we're super serious, but we're like overly bad at trying to be. Like like you know what I mean. Like we think we're hot, but like we're no. It's just we're trying
You
way
guys
too
are
hard.
playing the straight part in a comedy where you're yeah. All right, good enough. So what roles do you give yourself in your little YouTube channel? We'll say it is. So Dion, what does the coach do?
I'm the muscle.
The
You know,
muscle.
if we
All right.
gotta break down a wall to find some hidden room, or anything like that, I gotta move something heavy to break into the house. Like I'm the guy. I'm the muscle.
Break into Capone's vault to find his dirty gym socks, like Geraldo. Yeah, just like that. Oh, what do you see your role as being, or should I say, Brandon Jacobs? What is your role in this YouTube company that you've got?
I think I'm probably the kind of more of a director.
You're the director. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we're filming this, I take care. I'm behind the scenes setting. Like, here's how the shot should be.
And just hope that the ghosts, which you've never, really seen a ghost.
Can you be like the Tommy Wiseau of our group? You're the director, producer, and you make yourself the star. Can you Tommy Wiseau this?
I can try.
Okay. Ginkgo, what do you see? Jim, what does Jim do for this group? And of course, you only go out with the group during breaks from your studies. So right now we're on spring break.
Okay. Brandon say give $10 if drive car and hold camera.
Okay. Brandon, I can see it now. Brandon mom just offered him a $10 bill at the gas station one summer, and he's just kind of tagged along ever since because that $10 went a long way. Okay. Well, you guys pick your locations through various ways. In this case, one of your avid listeners who is always throwing the bits at you, whole dollars every month, suggested a place called Bloodworth Hollow. It's just off the interstate. Um, it's in the Appalachian Mountains, just on the kind of the Kentucky border. It has an interesting past, going all the way back to the Civil War, and supposed cannibalism happened out there. But more importantly, he gave you the lowdown on a haunted house. People have gone missing there. Children, way back when, children supposedly had died there or were murdered there. And he's giving you guys $150 for gas money, and has even got a spot for you at the local hotel, which is not haunted. It's a very nice bed and breakfast. Gotten you all rooms there for the weekend as well. So everybody having some time off. It's spring break. Jim's getting paid $10. We hit the road. Who's driving?
Jim.
Jim's driving. Jim may not have a license in this country, but Jim can drive.
We'll hope we don't get pulled over then.
The only one with a starting equipment car.
Oh, you do have a car. That's right.
I have
Yeah.
starting
So
equipment.
it's your car. What is your car?
Oh.
What kind of car is this?
My car is a 30-year-old rusted out Civic missing a couple of floorboards. Keep your feet up on the well.
Awesome. Okay. So you are given basically the address to the place that you have apartments. A couple of very nice, maybe apartments, maybe rooms. You're not quite sure yet, but it's supposedly a very nice bed and breakfast. The place is called the Taste of Bloodworth, local hotel with an attached cafe. You can look it up online. It actually is got a very nice view. It's very old timey in a southern traditional sort of way. The cafe actually has great star reviews. They make their own roasts there. Does anybody want to do any research before you go out, or are you just going to hit the road because you were given gas money and a place to stay for the weekend?
I got computer skills. I know how to Google. You might call me a Google foo expert. So I'm gonna see what I can get on this off the.
So make me a
Reddit.
a D20 roll and add any points that you have in computer skill and in intelligence.
So it's gonna be this plus 2 for computer skill is 11, and then you said my intelligence mod.
Yes.
0. So I got an 11.
Okay, not bad. 10 is average. There is some interesting things in this area where Bloodworth Hollow is. There have been a number of disappearances over the last several decades, and far off the average. Okay, there's a surprising and shocking number of people that go missing every year into wilderness locations. Like, really, it's frightening how many people just get lost. But this is outside of that. It's several magnitudes more people seem to get lost in this area, never heard from again. The most recent was 10 years ago. A school bus of kids from a local high school, apparently they had to stop off. They had a problem with their bus. They never arrived back at the high school. And the last word anyone got was one of the kids made a call from a payphone in the town of Bloodworth Hollow. And they were just never heard from again.
Well, good thing I volunteer as an adult for the local Boy Scout troop. I got some wilderness survival skills. We'll be fine.
Yeah. To go along with that, the town and the area is well known for various barbecues. There's 2 big families, the Lees and the Hoopers, who vie for the best barbecue recipes around. And so they've won some awards. They're well known for it. So there's that. The house itself, the Holt Muser House, it was built during the Civil War. It's a 2-story, very grand affair, although it's been locked up, and the groundskeeper has been doing only minimal repairs to it over these last few years. Supposedly very haunted. Roll me a d6, Dion. You rolled just a little over a 10, so I'm going to give you one solid rumor that you find.
3.
Okay. Well, some of the chat on various boards of people that have gone there trying to do ghost hunting, saying that the ghosts are a bust. There are no ghosts there. But one very popular channel, they've got a lot more viewers than you, had a documentary stating that there were undead that live in the property. And they're talking about ghouls and vampires
Oh yeah, we're
that
watching
feast
that
on
on the way.
trespassers.
We're watching that doc on the way.
Okay. Got it up on your tablet. Anybody else want to do anything before you take off? We'll assume that you've got basic gear that you're tossing in there. The money that you rolled up in character generation is the cash that you have available on you. Nothing else?
How much money do we have all together? I have 1,200.
I got $150.
Jim's got $10.
I spent all mine on like equipment.
Jim has your $10. Okay,
Wait,
so
do you only have $10 for real?
no, I'm not exactly sure what
Oh,
Ginkgo's got.
Ginkgo's muted.
Sorry, it's the other mute button tonight. I have about 350 for the Loch Ness monster.
Okay,
plus $10.
Hell yeah.
You got some money, and your hotel is paid for, room and board anyway for the weekend.
This all has to go back for tuition, and then I have to send 300 back for village. They need new goat.
Just one.
Goat's expensive. $300 only cover one goat.
So you guys hit I-81 heading out Kentucky way, and you come across finding Bloodworth is actually a little difficult when you trying to use GPS, trying to look it up in the internet. There's some conflicting information as to where it is. You finally stop off at a gas station fairly close to where you need to go, buying an old-timey map. And that gets you closer. You finally see a sign that says Bloodworth 10 miles ahead, Lake Malice 28 miles, the Appalachian Trail 35 miles, and Aviation Hill 50 miles. And just as you see this getting off the exit towards where Bloodworth would be, you see what looks like the remnants of a little strip mall off on the left side. There's like a 6-story hotel. You don't know if it's open or not. It looks to be in pretty bad repair. There's a bookshop and like a diner of some sort. All of it looks like you don't know if it's opened or not. As you were kind of driving by, doing that slow drive by there, Jim, just because this is catching your eye, you notice that there is the back of the lot behind this little strip mall is filled with long, flowing grain and cornstalk, and it's got a chain link fence that just kind of surrounds several acres. And there are things tied all over the fence that you can't quite make out from the car that you're in.
I have a map of the state in my inventory. Can I compare it to the old-timey map and see where discrepancy might be?
Okay. It's not so much that it's a discrepancy. Like when you actually got a physical map, it showed you the road that you need to take to get to Bloodworth and a few of the other places that are shown on the sign. What seems to be the problem is that nobody ever mapped this out for GPS.
Oh,
it's just a blank spot in GPS. It doesn't show up.
Okay.
Computer say road end.
Is this the place? They mentioned a hotel.
You're 10 miles away, according to the sign that you just passed.
Do we want to stop and ask real quick? See if anyone's here. Are there cars here?
There's a parking lot, and there's like one single just beat up Plymouth, shit brown. You're not sure if it's operable. You're just kind of slow crawling it as you're kind of looking and trying to decide here. The small bookstore does have a light on inside.
You know what? Why don't we stop at the bookstore? I got some nature books. Maybe I'm a fan of bird watching. Sometimes I could ask to see if they have anything about Bloodworth while we're here. I mean, someone closer to the actual town might have something juicy. Do we want to stop or?
Yeah, I need some snacks anyway.
Oh, don't buy gas station snacks overpriced.
Oh, have you ever had an awesome burrito? They're awesome.
Day old sushi, the best. There's actually not a gas station here. There's like a hotel, a little bookstore, and what looks like it was some kind of dining establishment. So you pull in next to the Plymouth. Actually, it looks like it not been just a wreck left here. Like the tires are still inflated. It's got current license plates on it, current inspection. As you get out of your car, the hotel is definitely closed up. The bottom 2 floors, there's a bunch of broken glass. There's the front door has been nailed shut with several boards. You see some caution signs on the outside, letting people know that the building is condemned. Next to it is the bookstore. The bookstore is, well, as I said, there's a light on inside. You can also hear blaring heavy metal music from inside. Right now, it's Judas Priest's Painkiller at excessively loud volumes.
Oh, okay.
There's one old speaker on the outside that is pumping the music into the parking lot from.
I'm gonna, jam out for a bit. This is music from my younger years.
As you do that, someone opens the front door from the inside. It's a fat, balding man. He's got sweat stains all over this white T-shirt. He's coming out with a crate of something, and he just kind of lays it down, sits on it, pulls out a cigarette. Doesn't notice you guys at first as he's kind of head banging along to the music. And then it looks like he's about to head over to the car that you parked next to, and he sees all you guys. Opens his mouth, kind of waves at you. You see he's got maybe half a dozen good teeth still in his mouth.
A wave. Yeah, howdy.
And give him the horns.
Yeah, he throws horns back to you. He shows you his T-shirt, which is very faded. It's got Ronnie Dio's face on it.
Nice. One of the gear, my starting gear, which I'm wearing, is an Evil Dead T-shirt.
Perfect. Okay. He kind of waves you over.
I go over. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you get closer, you see that the bookstore doesn't necessarily look like it's legally open. You see that there's actually a generator on the outside that's running, powering the electrical on the inside. You can see some of the windows are smashed out, and you can see where a condemned sign used to be across the front door and is just casually thrown on the junk heap. And as you get closer, you can tell that the bookstore was an erotic bookstore and sex shop.
Oh, nice.
It reminded me of Home Country.
It's like, hey, you guys lost? I don't get many folk come around this way much anymore. I mean, the shop's not exactly on any maps or anything. Can I interest you in some blow-up dolls? You looking for some good hardcore magazines? I got a box of Twinkies.
There's snacks for you.
Yeah.
We're looking to go to Bloodworth. Doing some ghost hunting.
Oh, yeah, the old mansion out there, right?
Is that where we're going? The mansion?
Yeah, it's an old plantation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a documentary team through here a few years ago. Old school, they were filming with VHS things and all. It was a while ago. It's before this whole internet thing became so popular. Yeah. I just kind of use this as my little hangout. Occasionally you get some folks stop here on the interstate, blow a tire, or whatnot. And hey, I sell things. The old shop used to be, back in its day, back in the 80s, this used to be a pretty hopping place. That hotel over there, she was a grand old dame back in the days. And let me tell you, that a little eatery over there that had some of the best dancing girls you'd ever seen outside of Kentucky. But yeah, those were the glory days. I mean, I was a kid back then. I had some fond memories. My dad took me there for the first time to eat some wings and see the sights.
Hell yeah.
You guys are a little closer now that you can see the chain link fence that's behind this lot. And there's little corn husk dolls, hundreds of them, that are just kind of stuck in the chain link.
What's with the dolls?
Oh, you lose somebody?
No, not lately.
Oh, there's the wall of the lost. Yeah, there's a lot of folk that just go missing around here, and sometimes relatives, they finally give up. They come over to the wall here and they pin a doll to it. Kind of a way to give you some closure, I guess they call it.
I'm flipping through one of his dirty magazines there. I'm like, are these all local girls? Because they're all missing teeth.
Oh, no, you want the good stuff here. These were done in the 90s. They don't got all that Vaseline over the lens where it's all blurred out. No, these are nice high definition here. Look at these. Full color. I got some back from the 20s, too. I mean, he's got wooden cases of stuff that's just marked smut. That it just says smut on it. Occasionally one's marked Twinkies.
I'll take give me a box of Twinkies, and I'll take this one right here.
It's like, all right, couple bucks. Yeah, that's good. Bloodworth, huh? Never been there myself. Dad always warned me there was a little bit of crazy going around through that town. I hear the barbecue's real good. Some folks, they got a little delivery service once in a while. I could get enough scratch together, pay a little extra, and somebody will drive me out some barbecue. I'm a little partial to the Lee family recipe, but the Hooper family's pretty good too.
When you say crazy, what kind of crazy?
Well, I mean, stories tell they've settled in the Civil War days. Those two families, the Lees and the Hoopers, have been here the whole damn time. Some talk about them being cannibals. Other families going missing over the years, but I mean, that's just talk, right? I mean, it's a good God-fearing town now, I guess.
Maybe that's where they started the barbecue.
Yeah. No, it's not long pork. They got a mix of beef, chicken. They got pork, of course, but no, it's all good stuff.
What is word? Cannibalism?
Yeah, it means you eat people. You eat people, son. You understand that?
And I say, and not this way, and I hold out a centerfold with a really raunchy scene on it. Like, not like this.
That lady have no clothes on.
I see he's got a lot to learn about this country. I'll tell you what, if you're heading out to Bloodworth, let's close the base for you to get some fuel anyway. Good enough place. If you're going to go check out that old haunted mansion, well, good luck to you. That last documentary crew got a bunch of zeros on that. I don't think that film ever came out.
The one about
what they were doing.
The one about the undead and the vampires and zombies.
I don't know anything about that. I know this crew I'm talking about came out here during the late 80s, right after this whole strip mall kind of died out.
Oh. How old was the one I saw?
Last 10 years, last decade.
Now, can I use like my film knowledge to see if that's anything I've heard of?
Yes, absolutely. So this is very obscure. So it's a DC, we'll call it a DC 15. So roll a D20, add all the bonuses you get for knowing about films, add your intelligence to it as well, if you've got a modifier for that.
No, only got a modifier for wisdom. So that'd be a +4. 5.
Never
Now, is there
heard of him.
failure? Is that like a crit fail?
You can only crit fail attack rolls. Skill rolls, there's no crit failing or crit.
Yeah, never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Too long.
Well, I mean, sorry, you can crit. You can. All right, so never mind. The thought just escaped me. there are no criticals except for in combat. All right, so yeah, never heard of the group. Certainly never heard of the film before. It's the first time you're ever hearing of the place Bloodworth. Hey, you need anything else? I got a bunch of wares I got to put up. We got a bikers convention coming through tonight.
Get any old maps of the area?
Old maps. How old? I got some Texaco maps from, well, I guess back in the 40s, somewhere in here. It's that pile of Jugs magazine. Just here you go. Here's a Texaco map. $20. I mean, it's an antique.
No, I don't need it for the value. Just something that maybe help us in that area that would
for a $5, I'll let you take some pictures of it. How about that?
That works.
Yeah,
That's a good map.
I can take good pictures of it.
Okay.
I have a wilderness survival skill. Can I look at it and see?
There are. You don't need to roll this one. The map actually lists out. There's a lot of forests in the area. There are campsites. You know what the little symbols for the campsites mean. So at one time, at least back in the 40s, people camped out here, and there were concrete areas like what do you call them? The places where they have like the overhang, so you can get out of the wind and the rain. And they would have set places where you could you've got fire pits already built, sort of thing. So at least back in the 40s, the area was apparently known for some outdoors.
All right. When he gets pictures of it and all that, when we get back in the car, I'm gonna transpose it onto my physical map,
Sure.
like what I can, or even the other old map we got, because that's probably more zoomed in.
Yeah. Again, the problem with it is that the area doesn't seem to be represented on any modern digital maps. Your GPS stopped working miles ago in this area. It's just showing you kind of spinning around trying to acquire. Like you have signal, but this is just a hole in the map. Honestly, let's see. We'll take into account another system thing. Make me an intelligence check, which is you want to roll a d20 under your intelligence stat, under or equal to.
Under.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 10. So, and I rolled a 4.
Everyone else?
Sorry, I thought it was just Dion.
No, anybody who's looking at the maps.
Nope.
No idea for you. How about Jim? Is Jim looking at the maps?
No.
Okay, well, Dion.
He's looking at that centerfold.
Yeah, I'm just looking like, oh man, the color correction is off on this. I need to adjust the white balance a little too.
Right. So, Coach, something that you notice is that sometimes like military bases will have kind of a whiteout like this on GPSs where you can't like there's the information is very specifically not given to the mapping company, so you don't exactly know the boundaries of the military installation. You've seen that before.
I ask, is there a military base around here?
Well, back up Aviation Hill, about 50 miles from here, they got used to be an Air Force base up there. Not so much anymore. Decommissioned years ago.
All right. So, am I local to the area or no?
You are not. No one is local to the area.
All right. I was gonna say I have like piloting basic and combat training. I was gonna say, do I know about this place? But no. All right. Cool. Decommissioned. How long ago?
Decades ago. I mean, it's not been regular flights coming through here in a very long time. I think there was a private individual that might have put in a bid for it from the government and uses it for his private jet, but that might have just been hearsay. I've never seen a jet go by in the few years I've been camping out here. Blow up doll, anyone? We got sheep, got fish, got ducks. No? No. Oh, okay.
How much for the blow up doll?
Give you the duck for 20.
I'll take the duck. A man has needs. All right. So $20. Let me get down there. All right. Sold.
Well, you fellas better get on your way. The crowd that I cater to here normally, they're kind of on the rough side. You all look like you're a little clean for my normal clientele. Bloodworth's pretty close. I wish you luck. Here, have a Twinkie to go. Throws you another box of Twinkies.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, I know there's an expiration date on there, but those are more like guidelines. Twinkies never go bad.
Yeah, these don't ever go bad. Totally.
All right. Hop in, take off.
You no bring fuck duck in my truck.
I'm not gonna fuck it.
It's still packaged.
We
It's
can
a
take
plain brown
pictures.
package.
Yeah, it could be a decoy.
Fuck duck riding trunk.
Fine.
Is Coach one likely to have the radio playing?
I like the radio. Yeah, I want to hear some music.
Radio in my car only picks up foreign local stations.
Okay.
Can we put
yeah,
it to like?
He's got the what is it, Sirius radio, but he only gets the foreign channels on it.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say, does he have like an AM radio or whatever? AM FM?
Might. Up to you, Jim. Your car.
Yeah. It only gets foreign channels.
Okay.
So you're like listening to a like a I don't know, like a Mexican audio drama or something.
Well,
Telenueva.
You know what? I think with Librarian, I get a languages, don't I?
Yeah.
What's Jim speak?
French, Kazakh, and not English.
Okay.
Do you also speak not English?
Well, the thing is, I think I get 2 additional languages.
Yeah.
I just can't find the librarian thing again.
I'm gonna say you guys have been doing this for a bit together, so if you want to use one of those on the same language as Jim, you can.
One of my starting equipment items was a pocket English guide. So I'm assuming English can't be one of the languages on my list.
Nice.
Yeah.
Either way, so he for some reason he doesn't have an AM FM radio. He's got a world band radio in his car.
Okay.
So you're jamming out to some Telenueva soap opera that's liberally sprinkled with some mariachi music. But that suddenly stops as you just turn off the interstate. And you're heading down towards Bloodworth. You're like 2 or 3 miles away, and the radio just goes to complete static. Coach, you also had like your digital pad out, and you were kind of watching that YouTube video for a while. It's finished. You're not still watching it, but it's still your tablet's still up there on the dashboard, and you're noticing that your paid for 5G is not connecting.
Gone. We're in a dead
Yeah.
zone. Huh. All right.
There you go, Dion's pupper cam.
Oh, look at him.
He's not blow up. You got a duck, not a dog. Eventually you start seeing outskirts there's some farms are the first thing that you pass through, and they look very picturesque, like red barns, white rooftops, the old style fences and barbed wire to keep cattle in. It looks very idyllic. The town itself kind of sprawls for a bit as you kind of drive through the center of town. You see the town hall there. There's a lot of small shops here and there. A lot of eateries, like a lot of places trying to sell you their particular brand of barbecue that's emblazoned on their signs outside. There's a veterinary in town. There's like a old used goods place, and you're just kind of slow driving through town, looking on your map, trying to find out where the Taste of Bloodworth is, and you find it eventually. It's a nice little 2-story. Old Southern traditional style house. You know, the windows are made so that you get airflow in intelligently, right? So that you don't really need central air because the house is built correctly. There's a big veranda. There's some banjo and some music in general playing on the outside. You know, at first you're like, oh, country music, but then they get into some folk songs. They get into some old 1970s stuff. It just sounds like it's just a live band playing. There's folks coming out holding cups of coffee and other drinks, just kind of socializing out there. And you see the sign, Taste of Bloodworth. It looks nice. It also looks very much like the pictures you've seen on the internet of it. 4.3 stars on the bed and breakfast radar.
Did y'all ever watch that movie Deliverance?
All right, looks like the place. Looks like they're having a little shindig. I like it.
There are a fair number of cars around the outside too. You notice that there are a lot of early model, like classic cars. They've got the classic plates too. Like you see some old 50s muscle cars. There's a few Mustangs that are a few decades out. You see some, there's an original Ford, like off the assembly line, glossy black. And it's got the collector plates on it.
Oh shit!
Like a
And
Model
so
A?
Jim parks his beater in between these probably multi-million-dollar cars.
It rumbles to a stop and shudders.
Some steam comes out from underneath.
A little piece of rust flakes off here and there.
Yeah, some folks the music changes and you're getting a little bit so there's a lively rendition of Girls Just Want to Have Fun being played now by a singer that's kind of doing it as a 20s torchlight era for doing the song but slowing it down and doing this kind of piano driven thing in the background, but it's definitely Cyndi Lauper.
Somebody cast polymorph and my dog turned into a rabbit.
That's some crazy magic.
Aww.
Yeah, so folks are just kind of hanging around. A lot of people just kind of tip their mugs at you. You see that they're all got coffee mugs, big, you know. Well, Dion's the coffee snob and has worked in coffee. You know, the big cups, the venti, or
Yeah.
Taste of Bloodworth is written on them, and you're smelling some amazing, like very chocolatey, vanilla, little floral smells coming out of there. You see, they've got a big roasting machine on the outside where they're roasting their own beans, and yeah, everything smells really good. There's some spices too, and you see there's food. People are coming out with huge bowls of chili and cornbread and various other things. It's very enticing. You guys have been on the road for hours as well. It's early evening. Sun's not quite down yet. A couple hours before sundown. So you're arriving around 7 o'clock.
I'd like to
He said
take a
barbecue
moment
in this area
to,
is real good, so let's get some food.
What was that, Ginkgo?
well, I'd like to take a moment to admire the collector's cars with my skill in science engineering.
Okay. Make me that roll.
All right.
So it's a D20 plus whatever points you have in skill and your intelligence bonus. Or your intelligence modifier, whatever it might be.
Well, I did not
16.
think that went through. Int is a 10.
So your total's a 10?
What? Yeah, no, my total is a 16.
Okay, yeah.
I have a 1 in the skill. And
Oh, I got you.
I have no mod.
Well, they are extremely well upkept. Extremely well. Like you're not seeing any speck of rust on cars that are So old, so incredibly old. They're all very well kept. The one thing you do notice, though, is that while they all do have like collector and antique license plates, they're all from this area. Like you're noticing, like you don't have to get these classic cars inspected, but you are seeing like the what do you call them? The county stickers and stuff. They're all from this county. So these are not guests, or they might be guests, but they're not out of town guests.
A collection of locals.
There's a break in the music. More folks come out to just kind of socialize and talk. You assume that it's a proprietor that comes out. At least the picture pans out from what you saw on the webpage. He's about 25, late 20s, very deeply tanned skin, willowy thin, kind of tall. She's like, almost 6'1". She's coming out. She's wearing like a very old timey country dress of the, the kind of you see them a lot on like picnic tables. That gingham, that's what it's called, right? The red and white bars, kind of a gingham dress. She comes out. She's got pigtails on. You can tell that she's been dancing. She's sweating a little bit. She comes out and says, "Oh, hey, is this the ghost something? You from that channel? We were expecting you hours ago. What took you so long to get here?"
Oh, got a little lost on the way, but we figured it out.
Well, Bloodworth is a little hard to find. Why don't you come in? We're having dinner now. It's all part of the experience here. You can coffee. The cafe is open till midnight. Just go ahead and get yourself anything you'd like to drink and eat. It's all covered for you, and we'll show you to your rooms here in a little bit. You look hungry and you look tired. Come on in, have some fun. Band's taking a little break.
Hell yeah. I dig right in. I'm shooting the shit with people about stuff and just doing classic dad talk.
Okay.
I'll sit down, but a question: the red meat is kosher? Is halal? Is
That you need to experience America, dude.
is alternative? I don't eat vegetarian.
Oh, we have a vegetarian menu, of course. I don't know about that kosher thing. That's where you can't have the milk and the cheese and the meat in the same plate. We don't really follow that traditions here, but we do have a vegetarian menu. Here you go, dear. There's a different menu.
Some jalapeno sausage. That's got a vegetable in it. You should try some of that. I want jalapeno sausage.
Now, I am afraid that we do use eggs. So if you're one of them vegans, well, the menu is very, very sparse. Otherwise, but here you go. We got some muffins. No animal products in that. Leaves you some menus. There's a lot of meat on the menus. Lots of chili and brisket and like huge pan fried meals. Vegetarian menu is actually not bad. The salads actually sound intriguing. There's a lot of locally grown produce in the area, and they have an astounding list of like dressings and whatnot. Coffees, liqueurs. It's a full open bar as well for guests.
Holy cow. You guys sure know how to welcome guests.
Well, of course. I mean, Bloodworth is a very small community. We don't get all that many outsiders here, so we got to make a good impression. Now, you just have a little seat.
Yeah, I should bring my wife and kids next time. And I open my wallet and it just...
Well, don't they look nice?
Yes, this here's George, and this one's Georgia. And this is George. This one's spelled with a J. My wife wanted to be original with that one. And
well, here, let me get you the complimentary plate. And after a bit, she brings you out this tray of, it's like a charcuterie tray that's got various, meats and cheeses. There's a little bit of a wine flight that goes along with it. Some samples of the barbecues. It's very particular to tell you this Lee family recipe or the Hooper family recipe. Or they've got some other mixes in the area. Very meat heavy.
Yeah.
It all smells wonderful, though.
Mm-hmm.
People,
they have the competing families. They have both on the menu.
yes, they got both on the menu.
Okay, yeah, I want brisket from both.
Okay.
As well as,
Yeah, I want to try them both.
we'll have
too.
our own little competition taste test here.
All right.
Mhm.
They are distinctly two different flavors. One is more smoke, tangy, a little vinegary. The other one's sweeter, deeper, complex flavor to it. So they're both good. Just really depends on what you like. Neither one of them are particularly spicy, but the sauces have all kinds of spice and heat if you want it.
Mm.
And Jim orders a salad, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the most he's eaten all week.
So people are showing interest
on someone
at the
else's
table.
time.
But no one is really approaching you. Like, so if you meet eyes with someone, they'll give you a nod and they'll turn away and start another discussion with someone else. So no one's really bothering you. But you also definitely get the impression that you are outsiders here.
Mm.
I'm outsider everywhere I go in this country.
You know what you should? Why don't you do a song and dance for your people? Come on. That'll really get them riled up. Maybe they'll come talk to us and we can get some information.
No, I tried this before and they throw tomatoes.
No. You haven't tried with me here. Here's what you do. And I started explaining what he should do and act. And because if you do a performance and you're within 50 foot of me, you get a +2 to your roll.
Beautiful.
Do you have any performance skills?
I do not.
Okay. Well, if you want to get up and do it when the band comes out and plays next, it looks like they're doing an early 2000 mix of grunge music right now.
Ooh, jazz rock.
There are some teenagers that are kind of dancing around to it on the floor. Jim, do you want to give it a try?
Sure, I'll stand up in the aisle and river dance.
All right. Well, make me a dex check if you don't have a particular skill.
All right.
You're trying to roll under your dex on a d20.
Now, would that be a -2 to his roll? Because he gets a +2 to performance.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's a success. You actually do fairly well. The music is probably not to your liking, but there's a beat there that you can work with. You get a few claps. A few of the teenagers are kind of clapping to the rhythm, and they're kind of dancing around you. Yeah, it's not bad. You are the focus of attention for a while. While this is going on, I would like everybody else, not Jim, to make me a spot check. Now, a spot check is just a d20 plus your wisdom modifier. You may have bonuses to spot checks based on your class or occupation.
I rolled a 16.
Okay.
So now we've got to get under.
Nope. This is like a skill check, except for spot and listen aren't skills. Everybody can do them, but you may have bonuses given to you by.
Yeah, because I have a +4 total with my wisdom and my good eyes.
Mm-hmm. So just a d20, add your bonuses to it.
Yeah, I got a 15.
Essentially, if you have a skill, it's going to be a DC test. So you're going to try and get high or over the DC. Okay. If you don't have a skill, you're left with only your stats, which you're trying to roll under. And it also doesn't give you as good of a success. Like, you don't get as much information. 15 is nice. So is a 16 from Dion. Both of you notice that while everything is very pleasant and the food is good and the very expensive cars out in the lot, there's some drug dealing going on around you. You see some of the teenagers passing off some packages. There's some discreet moving of money around from groups here and there.
Looks like they got a good side hustle going on here.
To be young again. Jim, you do any drugs?
Drugs is illegal. I get deported.
Fair enough.
At that point, Dion's character and I just kind of lock eyes and like, you want to?
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll try to ask a kid wandering around, like, what you selling?
Do you have Streetwise by any chance?
No.
Okay. Maybe a charisma check.
Okay. That is a button. Charisma check.
Don't want me making those.
Success.
Okay.
My charisma is normally a 9, and I rolled an 8, so.
I make duck calls. Yeah, I sell duck calls. You in the market for a duck call?
Oh. Remind an old man what a duck call is. We're on vacation looking to have a little fun.
Oh yeah, duck calls are a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you smoke a duck call, or do you like what?
Oh well, if you want to smoke something, I mean, no, you want something a little different. Duck calls, you snort.
Oh no, we're looking for the wacky tobacco. You know what I mean?
You look over there. You see Jennifer over there. She's the blonde, got half her head shaved and got the tattoos on the side of her head shaved.
Oh yeah.
Go
Very
over there. Go over there and ask her.
What's your kids' name for it these days?
Weed.
Oh. All right, fair enough.
Test the time right there.
Go over, kind of meander my way over, like, we're looking to get some weed.
Oh, how are you now? She kind of looks over.
Yeah.
You and your friends cops? You got to tell me if you're cop.
No.
Stayed at the table.
No, we both are out of
Your
town.
dancing friend there is awfully cagey.
Oh no, he can't smoke.
I'm eating my
He's
salad.
lame. He's lame. But
Eating
me and my
salad.
other buddy over there, we haven't had some in a while, and we're out of town, and my wife's not going to know. So,
Okay, well, $50, and
For
she
how
kind of shows you a
much?
roll, a little cellophane roll, a good amount in it.
so like an 8th, or is it like?
Yeah, I know not of these things. It's a good buy.
It's a
Bye.
quantity.
It is unsaid quantity from people who don't know anything about drugs.
I
Mhm.
buy it.
I know dime bag. That's about all I can tell you.
It's fair.
Put that shit in my hand.
Little man.
You make a drug deal in Bloodworth. Okay, good enough. Yeah, you've got you some recreation tonight. Sun has finally set. Several of the folks are starting to leave just as the sun goes down. You hear those car motors, those powerful car motors revving up in the parking lot as several people are leaving in those classic cars. Some old folks are still around playing some board games. Looks like chess and Go are very popular, as well as some folks playing some cards. She said that the cafe portion stays open till midnight, so there's still a few folks around. But you finished your meal. The salad was actually good, amazingly so. They do grow their own produce around here. It's very fresh, and the dressing was good. You are shown to your room. So the way the rooms are set up, you have a floor to yourself. There's actually a center area where it's got these beautiful library shelves, reclining sofas, an amazingly large fireplace. This is spring though. It's not that cold, so it's not set up. But this is kind of like the shared area, and there's a bathroom with a full shower, full bath, steam shower as well. And then there are rooms off of this where you guys are staying for the night. You're not taking all the rooms, but it does look like you have this floor to yourself. It's given your rooms.
All right, I know where my room is. I go back to the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Is there apples?
You just want some apples, some fruit? Yeah.
I want one apple, and I want an iced coffee with a straw. Cool. I go back to the room. Got us a bowl.
As you're passing by, give me a listen check. So it's D20 if you've got any bonuses. Otherwise, add your wisdom bonus to it. Jim, you doing anything special or asking for anything as you go to your room?
I think I went back outside to watch the classic cars. This is classic American engineering, and this is a treat.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes we see these cars back in the road in home country, but they don't look this nice.
Yeah, never in this good condition. But yeah, you're absolutely right. These cars do show up quite a bit overseas, but these are in incredible shape. They take really good care of them. So you watch as everybody revs up their engines, takes off. What did you end up getting, Deanna? 12?
12.
You think you hear one of the old timers is playing a game of Go with another equally old timer. These guys are like they're probably in their late 60s, if not 70s. You think you hear one of them murmur, "New victims."
Ah. Interesting.
When you get to your rooms, you notice that your cell phone service it's spotty. It's not completely shut off. You get like a bar here and there, enough that you get some text messages on occasion when the cell signal goes through. But at best, you're getting like a bar, and it doesn't seem to last long. Nor can you like stand in a particular place in the room and get more. It just seems really spotty.
Okay. All right.
Jim, outside. You see some of the teenagers, and it looks like it's the teenagers that have these really expensive, beautiful cars. And some of them are just kind of, it looks like they're just swapping cars. You know, somebody will just throw the keys to somebody else and they'll take that car, and then the other person takes their car. And very cavalier about who's taking what car. Lud. You want to do anything else?
They're sharing cars. It's like a community. It's just like home country. Communal cars.
Absolutely.
Admirable. I had no idea the American savages were capable of such progressive thought.
You give me a spot roll. D20 plus wisdom, or add your modifier for wisdom, and then if you've got any bonuses from class or occupation that give you bonuses to spot, this is one where you want to do high. No, okay, yeah.
I have disadvantage on knowledge local.
Yeah. So you can accept that roll, or if you want, you can spend one of your survival points for a reroll.
Nope.
I think I failed. Okay. Yeah, you are very happy to see these cars being used and in such great shape. When you come back, you're shown up to the rooms. What are you guys doing?
Is there a balcony?
There is a balcony. It's very small, but there is one.
Okay. All right. Well,
it overlooks a beautiful forest.
I guess I'm gonna just check the amenities in the room. Amenities. What is that? How you say it?
You have fluffy slippers, a really nice bathrobe. Each of the rooms actually has their own shower. It seems like the communal one is special. There are hot tubs and steam showers, but each of your rooms has its own shower as well. Several washcloths, really thick, nice, towels. You've got a hair dryer. You've got your own coffee machine in there with blends of local coffees. Fairly good stuff. The bed is, it looks like it's a handmade quilt on the bed. There's extra sheets in the cabinets. All very nice. You've got a fresh toothbrush and unopened, in a plastic wrap. Everything you would need is here.
Wow. Right. Yeah. Some victims. All right. Gonna check on Brandon here. See if he's ready.
I figured we were hanging out and smoking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to go? We got balcony.
Yeah.
Well, while they're not so accommodating as to have hookahs or bongs, they do have pipes. There are merchant pipes on a nice little rack that you can use to partake.
Yeah, I got an apple. I get the pocket knife and all that, and work a little thing. in the
Jailhouse bong.
nice coffee straw. I punk through
Yeah.
it to get the whole passageway, and yeah.
Not that Dion would know anything about that. He saw it in
No,
the movie.
never.
Saw it in the movie. Well, you guys partake then. Yeah, it's very quiet, very relaxing atmosphere. Maybe you start the fireplace just because. No,
Nah, it's
Okay.
not cold enough.
Well,
All right.
wouldn't that help mask the smell a little bit too? Blend in with the wood burning.
No, we're outside, so
On the balcony, smoking on the
I just
balcony.
think it's
All
a
right.
skunk, you know.
Okay. Skunk weed.
I have the lights off. If there's lights on the balcony, off.
Sure. Okay. Sun's down. It's dark. You can see some lights in the forest. You figure maybe small farmsteads, maybe just a cabin out in the wood. But there are some lights in the forest that you're seeing. Not a lot. Some. You can see game trails. Again, it all is very nice from being in the city for so long. Jin is probably in his room, keeping away from your smoke so it doesn't show up in his bloodstream.
I can't lose scholarship, or I get sent home. If I get sent home, I get executed.
That's
Hey, when
okay.
we get done with this, we want to see if we can find any of the old timers around, get some stories.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably a couple that stay at the cafe until they close. You know, there's always people that are basically part of the furniture in those places.
Yeah, maybe we can get some of the local tales we can put in for the show.
So if you guys have been partaking, I've actually got a drug use chart. Give me a second. I somehow turned off my side panel on Microsoft Word. How the heck do I get that back opened? Well, poop. Give me just a second here. Let's see how bad off you guys are. Drugs and alcohol. Okay, so let me have you guys that are partaking, and Jim is fine. Oh, shoot. I really need my bookmarks. Ah, here it is. Okay. Okay, have both of you guys make me con checks. Did either of you fail? Just let me know if you did.
I got 0 successes.
Okay,
I
that's a fail.
succeed.
Okay, you're fine. You have no problem at all. Let's see.
It's
What
my
is the
strict
closest?
paleo diet.
Strict, huh?
Mm.
Never had this strain before.
Keep in mind, I ate everything at that barbecue. I just want to stress that. But if none of you have knowledge paleo diet like I do, don't come at me. I know what I'm doing. I am a famous star.
All right, roll me a d4, Oak.
2.
2. For the next 2 hours, you effectively have a +1 to charisma. You're mellowed out. You are in tune with your fellow human being. You feel like you are disconnected and you love everyone. After the 2 hours are over, you're at disadvantage to all charisma checks for the next day.
I'm pretty much at disadvantage for charisma anyway.
So you guys finish with the balconies. You toke up, Jim. The air is fine now. If you wanted to join them, if you head down, so let's say this takes you a few hours, right? So it's about, we'll say 11, an hour before they close. As you come down, there's only one guest at the table. This is an enormous man. He's sitting on 2 chairs. The breadth of his shoulders, there's good 4 feet wide. These huge ham hands that look, like the size of boulders. He's dressed in jeans. He's got combat boots on. He's got this chain that comes off of his wallet connecting to his belt strap. He's got a biker's cap on, and he's got this little tiny, especially in his huge hand, demitas of coffee, and he's having his little Italian burn coffee. Taking great glee and sniffing it before he downs the little shot. He looks over to you guys. You notice that one of his eyes, it's a glass eye that kind of rolls kind of wild as he turns his head quickly and focuses with the other eye on you.
I give him a little nod, and you a local?
Who's asking?
Oh, we're with the YouTube channel spelled capital U, capital T, O, capital B for the record. Where we're doing some, history on the area and hauntings or disappearances. We're just, doing a little cover of it.
Heard of you folk. You suck. Good cinematography, though.
That's all him.
Thanks.
Yeah, you just take yourselves too damn serious. You ever seen a real ghost?
I might have seen one once, but it might have also been a bat.
We've seen a lot of things that we can't explain, but can't confirm either.
You see lots of things you cannot understand because you high all time. Always high.
I don't know what he's talking about, man.
The waitress comes over and fills up his insanely tiny little coffee cup again, and he lifts it to you, Jim. It's like, that's right. It's clean living. You hippies always smoking up dope, smack, dealing, messing up the country. I guess you're all here to check out the mansion, aren't you?
I use my knowledge of science physics to tell the coach that ghosts aren't real.
Oh, no. Ghosts are real, all right. You know it. You ever met one?
You have first-hand experience? We'd love to interview you.
I don't do interviews, but I've talked to a ghost or two in my time. Made a ghost or two in my time.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I am bad with the English. Made a ghost.
Saying I've killed a man or two, kid. You understand?
Like the murder.
Yes, like the murder.
Oh.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Or self-defense. I mean, don't judge.
Uncle Sam paid me to kill all sorts of folk. Government-sanctioned murder.
You served.
So I lost the eye. He kind of taps the glass eye.
Thank you for your service.
How old is this guy?
Late 40s, maybe?
Late 40s.
Really, he's like, he's just rough skin. You can see scars over the back of his knuckles, like he's used them a lot.
Yeah. Where'd you serve?
Here and there.
Contract? Yeah. Nice.
Just kind of drinks his coffee, non-committal like.
Nice. This guy.
Sorry, I got a dog about to pee in the floor. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You got to watch out for them peeing dogs in the haunted houses. They sneak up on you. You're looking for a ghost, you get piss in your shoes. That's what happens. Yeah.
It's true. It happened once. Jim's shoes still are wet to this day.
It's not the piss.
Look, I don't know what you're expecting out there. You all seem like nice enough folks, but take my advice and just pack up and go home. You're likely to bite off more than you can chew.
mm,
And when he says that, the waitress comes by and puts a hand on his shoulder. And like, while her voice is friendly, her facial expression for just a moment is not friendly at all. Dion, her eyes are very sharp. She's got almost a grimace to her face. It's like, now, Chuck, don't be scaring off our guests. If they want to go and bring some more folk into this town by doing a documentary. And you see him wince a little as she kind of bears down on that hand that's on his shoulder. You just let them. This town needs to get some more folk on through here. He finishes his coffee, throws a 20 down on the table. Gave you fair warning.
Using my knowledge of economics, I will agree with her that an increase in tourism can only benefit the local economy.
Absolutely. It's all about getting a new blood infusion now and then.
Well, you say blood, you mean money, right? Is local colloquialism for money?
No. I'm talking about new folk coming into town, staying a while, maybe buying a house. We got lots of houses for sale around here. Bringing new blood in the community.
Oh, I got a wife and 7 kids, and relocating's not an issue with our line of work.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, I mean, they're all my favorite.
But if you had to choose one.
I mean, the youngest is youngest. Yeah. Her name's Georgina.
The youngest are always the most precious. I'll remember that.
Here, you want to see him? There's my wife.
She takes really like you can almost see her like taking notes of like what they all look like. I mean, like she's staring hard at those photos. And when she's done, she's like, "That's a very nice family you got there. Very nice indeed."
Yeah, I might bring him to visit for one of these little barbecues. Honestly, the food was phenomenal here.
Her stomach rumbles. She's like, oh, you got to forgive me. It's been a long shift. I haven't eaten yet today. Can I get you all anything before we close up down here? Another round of coffee? I mean, you all have some coffee in the rooms, but if you want anything special, maybe a nightcap, we got some liquors that are made in this area. High proof. If you got any problems sleeping, it'll knock you right out.
No, thank you. We were just looking to get a little bit of information. Hope to interview someone local. You know, if you got a couple questions while you close up that we could ask you.
Well, sir, I can answer questions while I work. I got to clean up these tables here. So why don't you go ahead and ask me those questions?
This way. It's all you, director.
You just start asking about
Let me get the camera rolling.
yeah,
You got to earn that $10.
yeah, just going over what kind of local tales. Like when you were a kid growing up, what were the stories you were told that were to keep all the kids from sneaking out and things like that?
Oh, that's easy. There was a lot of heavy fighting during the Civil War in this area, and so there's lots of ghost stories and stories of mountain men. We got stories of them hairy folk, those what do you call them, Yetis, big feets. We got stories of big feet, and there's always people getting lost in the woods around here. I'm sure you had some knowledge of that coming down here. We got us a very large missing person population, not generally from the folk that live here. We know our way around our woods pretty well. It's mostly people that come passing through to seem to get lost, go wandering out in those woods, and they just never find their way back home.
I mean, those are standard. Those are across the entire United States. You know, Yeti, things like that. What's some obscure tales? Well, where you're not going to hear elsewhere that you're only going to find around these areas.
Around these areas? Well, I mean, they say that there's a cult, and that there might still be members of that cult that survived through all these generations here. They ate man flesh, you see, believed it gave them strength and knowledge of those that they consumed.
Now, what was
Apple
that
pie
guy's
before I
name?
close up. We got some mince meat too.
Oh, I can't eat anymore. We ate so much at dinner time. So, one other thing, where are there some of the real old folks around here, the old timers, and like, you think any of them would talk to us, and where can we find them?
Well, I mean, you find them all kinds of places. Town halls, good places. The folks around here are really big on genealogy, and they're always updating those records at the town hall. A lot of the oldsters you can find around there. And we got us a good crop of teenagers and youngins here too. Their family tradition is a big thing around here. You might have noticed all those pretty cars out front. There's a big culture of that going around. I am afraid to say there's also a drug problem here in Bloodworth.
We heard about that. It's a shame. I just kind of side eye Dion's character.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else is going on. I mean, we got the normal traditions of demons in the hollows. We got us spooks and haints and ghosts all over the place. We got us cannibalistic cults in the area. Folks over at Aviation Hill even said there's been a crash. What are them things called? Unidentified flying objects.
Oh, yeah. How long ago was that?
That's 25 years ago, right before that military base closed down. They said one of them fighter jets, they just shot down one of those UFO things. It crash landed somewhere between here and Aviation Hill. People been saying, they've been saying the gray aliens, I think you call them.
Yeah, the Greys, that's one of the terms.
Yeah, Ben and Barney Hill got nothing on Aviation Hill and Bloodworth.
Interesting. What do you know about the old mansion?
Well, now that is a place of interest. We've had lots of documentarians coming through here over the years trying to catch on film them ghosts. I mean, I'm telling you that there's been lots of things happening over that hotel. We had children dying. They found bodies, 12 girls, none of them older than 10 years old, all found with plastic bags over their heads, just suffocated themselves to death. We've had suicides, we had murders, and that cult I keep telling you about that is in the traditions around here, they found body parts in the cellar, preserved and kept like you do a side of beef or pork,
Oh, wow.
hanging in the air so that they get nice and preserved and then buried. Found that, last family that lived there did a little digging in the foundations, and they found all this preserved meat. Legs and arms.
Fascinating.
Any of those from the what was the Lees and the
Lees and the Hoopers, they pretty much own this town between them. They're the oldest families here, dating all the way back to the Civil War.
Gas station on the way in. They were the original two. Some of the cannibalism started with them.
Well, that's some hearsay. I mean, there were some bad winters back in the town, and folks might have had to resort to that at one time. But the Hoopers and the Lees, they're good, solid folk nowadays. They're pinnacles of the community.
Are y'all a religious sort here?
Well, we don't have an official church or nothing. Folks worship as they will when they will. It's not really a community thing. Bloodworth is historically, we've had a lot of problems over here that make folks kind of lose faith in any kind of loving God.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, you guys were just so community based. I just assumed that you all might be religious as well. I mean, it's hard to find such a close-knit community these days.
Well, I mean, the closest thing we got to community building around here is our barbecue festivals. We're well known for them, and the Lees and the Hoopers, they got the best barbecue in town. But there are other small families that do it too, and we all can get over on a good bowl of chili, good cut of beef. Kind of in our veins around here. Well, folks, got about 20 minutes before I have to close up the kitchen. I'm all done with my chores out here. If you don't need anything else, I'm going to turn off the lights. You're welcome to sit out here and enjoy your drinks until you're ready to go back upstairs. Any last minute, anything you need there?
I think I'm good. I appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you.
You are so welcome.
And what's
you
your
said-
name, dear?
And Dion, she says, and you wish your wife, and she names off every one of your children's names and your wife's name correctly.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, it's easy. They're all derivative of George, but
What's
And
your
Ina.
name, darling?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm Beth Ann.
Beth Ann. Nice to meet you.
Some folks just call me Bethany, kind of cramming those two things together, but Beth Ann's my given name.
Mhm.
Actually, I dated a girl named Beth Ann once. I hope this isn't her.
It's a revenge
Also-
plot.
Also a demon from hell. What do you guys do for the rest of the night? You're pretty much it. There's no other guests in the hotel. It's just you.
well, ghosts come out at night, right? We should go to the mansion.
Yeah, scope it out first night. Why not? We don't have to go in necessarily. We can do that tomorrow.
Yeah, it just some of the dirt roads. That we get some good footage for a B-roll
Mm.
Well,
with the headlights shining off all the trees and stuff.
yeah, we need the nighttime shots for the film anyway, right?
Mhm.
Blair Witch was shot at night. You can't have a spooky, scary documentary about ghosts with daylight.
I agree.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
You guys are still high. So you're gonna walk or you're gonna drive?
Well, he's the driver.
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna drive,
true.
and I'll be
Yeah.
like, windows turning and stuff.
Jim's driving. Well, there are a number of cars still out on the streets, mostly teenagers joyriding those incredibly expensive cars. Some of them are drag racing on the wider streets, but you're going just out of town just a little bit. Like, you know where you're supposed to find. You've seen maps. You know where the old hotel is supposed to be. So you do a little drive by, and you find it. It's very eerie looking at night. There's no lights on inside. The building is boarded up, but you don't. Curiously, there are no trespassing signs. There are no signs warning you of, bad floors or anything else of the like. The one thing you do notice is that as your headlight beams in the car kind of pass by the outside of the house, there are a number of cats just kind of walking the premises. And almost eerily, they all, like 20 of them, turn their heads to look at your car, their eyes shining in your headlights.
Hmm.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm trying to get a shot of that because that'll be great for Erie.
Hmm.
I creep the car closer.
Okay. The cats don't seem to be afraid. They all just kind of look at you.
Park like right here, so the headlights,
headlights-
go into the building.
Yeah. Let me get out and get a better angle.
All right, I'll aim the headlights at the front entrance of the building.
Okay. Entrance to the building has a couple of boards that have been hammered into the door frame, kind of keeping people from just wandering in. All the lower windows on the first floor are also boarded up. The second floor, and it's only a 2-story plantation home, but it's built where there's a lot of room between the floors, big vaulted ceilings, right? So even though it's only 2 floors, it is very tall. You don't see any lights. The back door has a padlock that's been put on it. But again, you're not seeing any signs anywhere that say no trespassing or that would lead you to believe that you were doing anything wrong if you were to walk onto this property. As you get out of your car, that does cause the cats to scatter. But they kind of hang around. They don't flee.
Hmm. Cute cats. Psst, 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 psst.
One of them hisses at you and drops something that was in its mouth.
Yeah. Demon rodents.
Ooh, what is it?
You walk over, and it's a big, fat rat.
Oh, dead.
You walk over. You pick it up. It's still kind of jittering a little bit, like it's going through it. Yeah, and then you pick it up and you turn it over. It's got the face of a human being. I'm gonna have you make a terror check or a fear check.
Yeah. What do I gotta do for that?
So it's one of your saving throws.
Terror? Courage?
It's a courage check. Go ahead and make that check. So you're trying to roll that number or less.
Nope.
On a d20.
Nope. I fail.
You fail. Okay.
I roll a nat 20.
All right, give me just a second.
I've got this on film for posterity.
Oh, so you come over. So Dion's character's the only one sees it at first, okay? And it could be the drugs that Dion's on. Let's see what the check tells us here. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble getting to the sections of the document. It's not a complete PDF yet, and I've lost my bookmarks for some damn reason. Courage check. Okay. You said you failed?
Yeah. I nat 20'd it.
Probably need to contact the dude that's editing that.
I'm still editing it, Oak. That's the point. All right. Come on. Fear chart. Where are you? Ah, there it is. Nope. That's... Almost there. It's a big document. It's by drug and booze, improvised explosives, courage saves versus terror checks. Okay. Roll me a d10.
All right. D10. Boop. 6.
6. Okay. You let out a sheer little scream and you cover your eyes. And you kind of roll up into a ball, and you drop the rat on the ground as Coach comes up behind you with the videotape. You catch the reaction. It is just this look of terror that crosses his face, and he just kind of covers his head and goes fetal. You're like, "Oh, this is great roll."
What the hell is this? You're scared of a rat? And I get in closer to get a zoom in on it to get a good shot of the rat.
It's a large rat. It's just a rat.
Dude, what's your problem?
Its face. Do you see its face?
I pick up a stick and kind of turn it over, keeping the camera on it.
As you turn it over, it's a big fat rat. You roll it over, and there's something in its stomach that seems to be squiggling, and then its stomach ruptures, and just worms and maggots start spewing out of it. I want you to make me a courage check too.
Did I see its face?
No, just had a normal face.
Okay, courage. Success.
You succeed. It's odd, but obviously just a horribly diseased rat.
Yeah, this is gross, but come on. I mean, why are you acting like a baby?
No, I had a
It's a
human
big nasty
face.
rat with some maggots in its guts.
It had a human face, dude. What do you mean?
No, it doesn't
normal?
look. And I kind of get the stick underneath it to pick it up and turn it. I'm like, look, it's a normal rat. Just maybe had some sickness.
Is it a normal rat for me now?
You can't bring yourself yet to.
I don't want to look at it.
You don't want to see it. It's going to last for a little bit longer.
Dude. I don't want to see that. No. I know what I saw.
You can. I'll show you when we do the edit.
Disgusting.
Jim, there's a noise. There's like a line of shrubbery that kind of divides this old mansion between the other houses that are, like a block away. You know about the cats. You can see their glowing eyes in the dark reflecting off your light, but there was something large moving by one of the shrubs behind you.
Hey, you guys. What was that?
What was what?
Something moved over there.
It's probably there's tons of cats over here.
No, it's bigger than the cats.
Bigger than the cats?
Yeah, maybe it was one of them big feats or something.
I go for my survival knife carefully and just keep it at the ready.
Where I turn the camera in the direction.
Your camera, I assume, has like a flashlight on it, or a light of some sort.
Sure.
Maybe infrared. Up to you. You tell me.
Yeah, they say we do a lot of nighttime filming, so yeah, it's got the IR on it and stuff. Where everything's got the green tint.
Right. So the lights highlight a set of red eyes. Of course, they're going to be red from the reflected light, and they're about chest level. And as you do that, you guys hear this growling starting from this hedge that's maybe 20, 30 feet away from you.
Back in the car, get 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 back in the car.
Slow, don't be fast. I think it may be mountain lion.
Tell me exactly what you do. Let's start with Jen.
Get back in the car, get back in the car. I'm
You
scrambling.
run?
I'm running. Back in the car. Get back in the car.
You
Get back in
run.
the car.
Dion, what does your character do?
I'm with my survival knife still there. I'm like slowly making my way back to the car.
You're slowly making your way to the car.
I'm slowly backing up, but I'm keeping the camera on the eyes as I slowly back away.
Okay, in which case, Jim is moving very quickly, which is attracting the predator. Let's have, what is the largest dex bonus between the three of you? We're doing side initiative, and you take the best bonus. So who has the best dex modifier?
I have a dex mod of +1.
I got a 0.
I got a 2.
But
I also have initiative +1.
I've got +1 to initiative, and my surprise made against me is at -2, if that matters.
Okay, we'll go with Dion's giving a total of +2. So Dion, why don't you roll a d6 for me and add +2 to it?
All right, so that's going to be a total of 3.
Okay. Something large and furred bursts from the hedge and makes just a shot arrow straight for Jim.
Oh shit! Oh shit! How big is it?
You guys all go first, and I think the important one is Jim here. Jim, you need to get that car, and you need to get in that car quick. You've got this, the reptile part of your brain tells you you're about to get eaten, and you've got to get that car door open and put something between you and it.
Get in the car, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car.
Do you have athletics, like general athletics?
I have fighting martial arts.
It's not going to work in this case. So just make me a dex check where you want to be under your dex.
Okay.
You succeed. You throw the car door open. Luckily, you didn't lock it. You launch yourself inside, slamming the door shut behind you as something large and heavy collides into the side of your door, denting it, cracking the window.
Oh, man, my window.
It's still your guys' action. So, Coach, what are you doing?
You
You still don't have a good look at it. No one's been able to get a light to track it well enough yet.
How far is the car from me?
From you, maybe 10 feet away. But
Alright,
now the thing is between you and the car.
Oh, it's between me and the car. I'm gonna carefully try to sidle around, like out of sight.
Okay. So away from the car?
Like around. Like I want to go. Like if I'm between it and the car, its focus is on the car.
Sure.
I want to like try to go like.
Do you have any kind of stealthing skill? If not, wilderness survival will be a great roll to make here.
Wilderness survival. I have a +2, and I have a +4 in basic athletics.
Okay, in this case, the wilderness survival will be better.
Okay. So just a D20 +2.
Yes.
Do I add dex as well or no?
Yes. In this case, dex is appropriate. Yes.
Okay, so 12 total.
Okay. You kind of fade back and start going lateral to it in very small, unthreatening moves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oak, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pick up a rock or a small log, something around, and I'm gonna use my subterfuge skill to try to distract it by throwing it off in the woods to hit something.
Oh, that's nice. Make me the subterfuge check.
I believe that's wisdom.
It is wisdom based, yeah.
So I get a +1 to that. Which would be that doesn't figure. It didn't ask me for a modifier.
That's fine. So you have a 16 total?
No, so that with a +1, that would make it a 13 then, correct? Because I need to get under.
Or no. Okay, so a skill test you want to get as high as possible.
Okay, so I'd make it a 15.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You throw the rock,
Yes.
and whatever the creature was dives after it. You kind of skimmed the rock, and it kind of went over the next hedgerow, and it dives after it, breaking through the bushes, leaving behind just a trail of destruction. You never got a good look at it. You might have gotten it on tape, though.
Hopefully, and hauling ass for the car.
Yep, same.
Got haul ass for the car. The driver's side door, which Jim dove through, you cannot open. There's this huge dent in it. It's just frozen in place. There's a crack in the window, so you guys can all pile in around the other sides, and you get in.
All right.
I think that's enough for tonight. Let's get out of here.
Yep.
Okay.
Back to our
The bed and breakfast.
Airbnb, yeah.
Okay. You guys get back. The car engine is fine. The driver's side door is going to need some work before it's going to be able to open well again. You did notice there is an auto mechanic in town earlier today. So you drive back to the Beanie. There's no more cars. There's still a few lights on, especially at the entryway, so that you guys can kind of go in through the cafe, up the stairs to your rooms. You don't meet anyone else, though. It's very quiet.
I want to get some good shots of the door, the damage it did.
Sure.
And to look, are there any? I've got science basic, so I'm just going for anything. Is there like fur stuck into anything?
Oh, okay.
Blood or anything?
Yeah. So you're basically doing a forensics sort of thing.
Can I
sure.
assist that with wilderness survival?
Yes, you can. So you can only ever get a +1, no matter how many people help. So go ahead, Oak. Take an additional +1 to your roll here. The general science is fine.
So I'll just use this. An extra +1, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's intelligence. I don't have a bonus on that, so 13.
13. You do get some fur and some blood. The blood looks odd, though. It's really thick and it smells real bad. But you do collect a little bit off the huge dent that's in the car.
Let's have Jim look at the blood. Don't you know about this kind of stuff?
Why? You think just because I'm foreign, I'm a med student?
You're not
Aren't you all?
No.
You're
I
not
go
a
to law
lawyer,
school.
so
I
it's a
go to
student.
engineering school.
Oh, everything but med school. Okay.
A doctor is not right path for me. I work on machines. They don't scream as much.
So you guys are all shaken up a little bit. You collect a few things from the car. If nothing else, I mean, go ahead.
Science, physics to like reverse engineer maybe the dimensions of the critter. It would have
well, you know what you can
like
figure?
This much mass and been moving.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the roll. Give me the roll. You would at least be able to figure out how much that thing weighed by how much room it had to run before it hit.
And then the crater it left.
Yeah.
All right. So plus int is that 7.
You're not sure. The thing had to have weighed a couple 100 pounds, if not more. You were too busy running to really have gotten a great idea of where it started from. But it's heavy. Whatever it was heavy.
To make a dent like that in my car would have to be a very dense creature.
Like a bear? Did it sound like a bear? Did it make noise?
It growled.
Well, maybe I got it on camera. Let's go scrub through the footage.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Is everybody looking at the video?
Yeah.
Well, let's go to our rooms. I don't want to stand out here. This still got that weird out feeling that like we're in the open. What if that thing followed us?
Yeah. Let's go inside.
Okay. You go in and you rewind the video and start looking at it. And there is the point where just as you raise that camera and you got it in the not infrared, it's that green kind of light, the night vision. Everybody give me a courage check, please. A courage save.
Ooh,
So you're trying to get under your courage.
Before we get there, I'm going to get to the part where I show him the rat too.
Yeah, so the rat looks normal to you, Coach.
See,
Other
I told
than
you.
it had a bad case of worms, tapeworms. It looks like.
Ugh. I fail my courage check.
Okay, anyone
I'm
else?
assuming that is that I've got a 0 success. I don't know if that's
Okay, that's a fail.
I
Yeah,
rolled a 15.
yeah, that's a fail. How about Jim?
I actually almost succeeded.
Almost. Okay, now, so all of you can spend a survival point if you want to reroll.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I've got 13 of them.
I gotta roll a 2 or under on a d20.
Oh,
Yep.
so we have to roll. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you have to roll under your
Oh,
save
so it's
to
under the
succeed.
save? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I'm not going to worry about that.
Okay, everybody roll me a d10 then because you all failed. And then I'm just going to go down the list. Jim, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay,
Three.
hold on. Jim, roll me another d10.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
It exploded.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Actually, this is not too bad considering you'll have time to sleep it off. From what you see in the video, so here's, I'll go ahead and explain what you see. So it highlights what looks like a wolf is your best guess, although it is immense in size. Most of its fur is fallen out. It's like very mangy, and you can see the rippling muscle beneath it. But the thing about it is, it's dead. Its face is mostly a skull. Like you can see the skull through half the face that's missing. Its eyes are gone, and you can see maggots falling out of the holes.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah.
So Jim, you rolled what was the second roll?
A 2.
2. You just burst into tears, like the worst memory that you've ever had in life. It's just replaying in your head. You've got disadvantage on all rolls for the next D4 rounds. So it's like, next hour or so, like there's something about it that triggers the worst thing that you've ever experienced in your life. You're reliving it now in vivid detail. You can't fight it. You can't turn it off. You're just in the moment. Dion,
at school.
Dion, what did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
You scream and you go run probably into the bathroom and slam the door behind you as you drop into a fetal ball, telling yourself that it's not real, it's not real, it's not real.
Yep.
How did our movie producer do?
Lucky 7? Is it lucky
7? Yeah, you just get hysterical because there's no way that's a special effect. Is what you're thinking, and you can't get over it in your head. You're trying to think of every way to rationalize it. It's like that's not a special. It can't be a special effect. It can't be, and you're just talking to yourself and trying to talk yourself down. But instinctually, you just know that's real. It was real. Whatever it was, it's real. Yeah. So you guys are freaked out before you even step foot into the mansion. Okay. Well. Yeah, that's time. That's time. So we're gonna have to call it there for the night, unfortunately.
Dun, dun, dun.
You guys get the first freak out.
Nice.
So when you roll a 10, you have to roll on the extreme failed chart, which can include getting things like points of madness.
So I was going to ask, did it explode and it continues the table, or is it a sub table?
It is a sub table. It is the extreme failed table.
Can you have a heart attack and just die?
You can. It is possible.
Nice. I could roll another 10.
Actually, is there a... No, actually, there's no instant death, but there are things that can make it very unpleasant for your character going forward. Gaining madness is one of the worst things because your perception of everything else is skewed after that.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, so an introduction to Bloody Appalachia. Maybe we can pick this up again sometime. Gingo, nice to game with you for the first time. Do you have anything you want to plug there? You said at the beginning that you're on other shows. I guess your show wasn't on tonight.
It was not. I usually play on Featherfall Tabletop on Tuesday nights. We're running an Avatar campaign.
Awesome.
The Airbender, not the blue alien people with the
The new game by Magpie, I think.
that sounds about right. Yeah.
Cool, good stuff. Dion, tell us about your stream.
Well, when I'm not doing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends like you guys, you can find me on my channel at Substances Used on Twitch, where I play retro JRPGs and I do a lot of GTA 5 roleplay. Last night, Adonia, the GTA 5 server I'm in, had another zombie apocalypse. I did 6.5 hours as emergency EMS, and that was crazy and chaotic. And when we're doing the retro gaming right now on the weekends, we are playing through Shadow Hearts from the New World. It is the final title in the series, and it's based in like Prohibition era America. It's pretty cool. We're about to go break Al Capone out of Alcatraz. So,
As you do. As you do.
mhm.
Oh, you playing after this?
Actually, not tonight. We usually have a game on
Right.
Tuesdays after we get done here, but DM Kelsto is a little under the weather, so we're calling it off tonight. But we will be back Friday midnight Central, and then Saturday midnight Central. I run Grimdark.
Cool, good stuff. And if you found us, you know where we are, but also check out Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. We've got 14 years worth of podcasts recorded on there of all of our gaming sessions, multiple games, long form, short form, all kinds of stuff. You'll also find all of our social links in there to Discord, Facebook, YouTube, all those things. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for playing. Say goodnight to everybody.
Good night to everybody.
Night, everybody.
Good night.